Right then people, the time has finally come to welcome our new car to the channel. Please say hello to our Mark IV Ford Mondeo. No wait, we've done that already. I meant to say our BMW E92 Coupe. So in this episode I'm going to talk a little bit about this car and the reason why I bought this one as well. Hi there guys, and welcome back once again to the channel. So I thought for this episode I'd do another quick video of yet another car that I've purchased, and here it is. It's our BMW E92 3 Series Coupe. Now this particular car, as you can see, is a 57 plate, which I believe is a 2007 for the year. It's finished in a really nice dark blue, and yeah, it's a very nicely proportioned car. It's a really nice shape. I do like the sort of the chiseled line that goes along the side and the way that the profile goes down at the back. It's just a nicely proportioned shape. For me personally, I kind of think that the 3 Series BMWs, that my favourite ones were the E30 and the E36. They were my favourites, and the 46 was pretty decent, to be fair. But they have made some of the 3 Series cars that I wouldn't necessarily say they were ugly, but they were never really eye-catching. But I just think that the shape of this thing just looks really, really good. It's a very nicely proportioned car. Now, of course, the other cool thing about it is with it being a coupe, it of course has got pillarless doors, and I absolutely love cars that have got pillarless doors. When that window's down, it really does look absolutely fantastic, and this one is, yeah, as I say, it's no exception. It does really, really look very nice indeed. And moving on to the inside, you can see it's nicely presented. We've got nice black leather seats, and then we've of course got the two in the back. Everything's really tidy in here. Now I don't know if it is rare or not to have these, but this one is actually a 6-speed manual. Now I thought, my understanding is, I thought that a lot of these E92 coupes had got the flappy paddle boxes on the steering wheel, but this one has got a 6-speed manual. Now it is the M Sport model, and I don't know if the 6-speed boxes come with M Sports, or whether or not they made M Sports with flappy paddles or not. I'm not too sure. But this one, this is the 6-speed manual, and it, for me, it just gives a much nicer driving experience having the manual box. I've always been a fan of manuals. You probably know, of course, that the Jag that I've got, the X300, is a manual gearbox. This one also comes with 19-inch alloy wheels, and as you can see, factory fitted painted tyres. They may as well have been painted. The profile on them is just so small. It definitely does give a much more of a firmer ride, but I guess that's kind of just adds to the driving experience. I think BMWs generally, German cars as a whole, tend to be much more firmer in ride quality. But yeah, I think it looks really, really good. So just moving around the bodywork, you can see when you look around all the arches and across the sills, there's absolutely no signs whatsoever of any rot or rust anywhere, and we'll go round on the other side as well. And it's the same story here too. The rot and rust of BMWs generally is not present on this one. It's nice and straight. It's very well presented. Now, whilst of course it would have been great to have had the M3 of this particular model, it's not quite so. It is actually the 320D, so it's a 2-litre diesel. Now, it was a bit of a spontaneous buy to get this car. Now, why did I buy this car, as you probably are asking, especially the fact that it was only about 2 weeks after buying the Mondeo that I then went and bought this, and I bought it from the same guy who sold me the Mondeo. Now, I bought the Mondeo because I was replacing the Mark VI Fiesta as my daily driver, and this BMW, I like I said, I've got a bit of a soft spot for them, and it was, I have to admit, it was a bit of an impulse buy to kind of get this. Going back to the Jag, unfortunately, it's been sat parked up for quite a long time now, over a year, and I was sort of in two minds as to whether or not this particular car would be a replacement for the Jag, and whether or not I ought to consider doing something with the Jag and getting it moved on. Now, my dad had problems with his, and I was thinking that potentially I might consider breaking the Jag up for parts, and I was going to take the parts that he needed to fix his car off of mine, and then obviously would then end up breaking the rest of the car. But then I've kind of decided now at the very last minute that I'm not going to break the Jag, and I'm going to see if I can try and get what bits that needs doing on it sorted out. But in the meantime, I sort of ummed and ahed, do I go ahead and get this car, or do I let it go and go with the Jag? And I decided to go with buying this. So I've had it, I bought it, but the very strange thing about it is that I've not actually driven it really at all. I've had this car, I say I bought it about 2 or maybe 3 weeks after buying the Mondeo, and I've pretty much just parked it up onto the driveway. I've not actually used it at all. So it's kind of, for me at the minute, I'm not really able to kind of describe what the ownership's been like of it, because I've barely driven it. All I can really say is that from a presentation car, it looks really good, and hopefully, if all being well, the car doesn't misbehave or anything like that at all. Do I keep it or do I move it on? I'm not too sure at the moment. We'll have to obviously see how things go. I'll just pop the bonnet up so that you can have a look and see what it's like under the engine bay. Apologies for the cobwebs and the leaves. This thing, like the Mondeo, has not had a wash or a hoover since I bought it all these months ago. But everything, I guess you say, look, it's all nicely presented. It's all there. Everything works on it. It's a nice, honest car. The engine itself, it's done, I think, 184,000 miles, I believe. So again, fairly high miler, but with these newer diesels, they tend to be pretty decent on reliability and sort of mileage and wear and tear in general, again, provided of course you look after them and keep them well serviced and maintained. So what will be my plan for this car, as I say, at the minute, it was an impulse buy. I don't know whether or not I am going to keep hold of it, or whether I'll just move it on at some point. I don't really know at the moment. I'll obviously keep you guys posted. I'll let you know what it is that I'm going to do with it. Now, the plan will be, in the immediate weeks, is when the Mondeo does go in for its MOT, I'm not expecting it necessarily to pass, and that some bits will need doing to it. And whilst I get those bits repaired, I'll be using this car as my means of getting to and from work and commuting generally. So we'll obviously see how that goes. And then probably I will put this one in for an MOT as well at some point. And if there's any bits that need doing on that, we'll get those pieces sorted. So I guess in terms of things that I know do need sorting on this, now whilst the bodywork in general is not too bad, there are one or two little scuff marks. As I say, there's bits on the front bumper. There was the scratch that's just there, and then there's a bit of a nastier scratch that's running across the sill at the bottom there. There'll probably be those little bits to address. There's a little bit of lacquer peel just going on here, and then when you look at the back, there's the same story going on somewhere on this rear bumper as well, I think. Yeah, it's same sort of there. So a little bit of scuffs and marks. Like I said, at the end of the day, it was an impulse buy, but it's a nicely presented car generally overall, and it was cheap. You know, I got this car for 1,400 quid, which I don't think is too bad. I think that is a bit of a bargain for a car of this age and this condition. I think it's pretty decent. We'll just have a look in the back. much tinier boot. We've got the boot pump in there. Now, there is a reason why that tyre pump is in there, in the boot, and it is because this wheel, this front wheel, in the time that I've had it, in the months that I've had it sat on the drive, it's probably gone flat about 12 times. So I had to keep pumping this wheel up. So there's obviously something wrong with tyre, and I'm going to need to try and sort that out. So it'll probably be hopefully might be able to do a repair on it, or whether or not I'll need to get a new tyre. But again, it's a minor job really. At the end of the day, there's nothing that this car really warrants that's, for me, hopefully, that's going to be too serious. I think everything is nicely presented. As I say, it's a nice, honest car. It was reasonably cheap to buy in the first place, and I'm really pleased with it. Now, of course, when it does go in for its MOT, if there are bits that need fixing on it and sorting on it, I'll get those bits done, hopefully, if it's nothing that's too complicated for me to do. But generally, we'll obviously see how it goes, what the ownership's like. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let us know what you think. If you did like this particular video, do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it thumbs down. Please feel free to put some comments down on what you think of the car. If there's any sort of watch outs for these particular cars that you guys are aware of, if you're more more knowledgeable on them than me, then please feel free to put some comments down. Let us know what you think of this particular car, whether you think 1,400 quid is a good buy or not. Social media platform details, as is my email address, can all be found in the description below, so just have a check of that. And if you would like to give myself and the little man some support with our YouTube channel, then please do hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate the support that you can give to us. So that's it. That's pretty much the video. So until the next episode, thanks very much for watching, and for giving us your continued support as ever, and we shall see you very soon in the next episode. Take care of yourselves. Cheers then. Bye bye.